Hello and welcome to the 2022 InfoComm show in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Mark Boyajian, the Neutrik guy, and we're thrilled that you could join us here today at the Neutrik booth. Lots of new products. We've been doing some stuff for the last couple years, and it hasn't just been sitting on our hands. Neutrik's been busy at work trying to make and design the best solutions so that now that we're getting back together again, we're ready to provide the latest technologies that you need to make sure your connection is secure every single time. That's going to start off with our first product here, our latest fiber connection, Fiberfox. Fiberfox is an IP68 rated system in both the mated and unmated condition. It's different than our traditional optical con line because it uses our version of an expanded beam or lens technology. Why is that important? Let's take a closer look at exactly what the kind of performance this product can provide. So here we're seeing this video that's playing in the background, and it's actually playing through this cable that I have here. Now, this is an IP68 rated system in the mated or unmated condition. It is hermaphroditic, so I no longer need any types of adapters to connect from cable end to cable end, and I can extend them as long as I need to. What's really neat is because it's available in both 2 and 4 fibers that are lensed, which is kind of hard to see, but trust me on that. We take a close-up shot of that. You'll see those 2 little pink dots that represent the lens. Normally with fiber, and especially with direct connect fiber, you'd have to be very careful with it, right? Making sure that no contaminants come into play or that it gets dragged or damaged through contact with the ground. However, with Fiberfox, I'm going to dip it in some water here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it, if you can take a closer look at what I'm doing here, I'm going to go ahead and just really try and get this contaminated. I don't recommend doing this at home, folks. I'm a professional. And so what we'll do is we'll put this in. I'm going to bang this off a little bit. I think we can say that this is fairly well contaminated with some sand and some grit, right? Now, I could have been doing what I do now with compressed air, but we don't want to make a mess at the booth and on the camera. So I'm just going to rinse this off with some water. And then I'm going to dry it. Now, I don't even really have to dry this, but we're going to do it because it makes the booth a little bit messy by day 3. But we've done nothing special here. I will now reconnect it, screw it in, and our video will come back. Ta-da! And that's Fiberfox, a very powerful system that allows, whether it's a volunteer, whether it's someone that's new to mating fiber products or any type of connection, to be able to work with the kind of bandwidth and data that's possible through fiber without the sensitivity of a physical contact system. And that's Neutrik Fiberfox. We also have some additional fiber products, if we can just walk down this way. So Neutrik is really working to try and resolve the issues that can plague fiber, right? That the reliability that you get from a typical physical contact system just is not possible when you're dealing with something that uses expanded beam. And so our Dragonfly also uses expanded beam technology, but it also adds power into the mix. And what we're showing you here is SMPTE compatible. So current SMPTE standards, it meets all of these specifications. However, it's not SMPTE intermatable, so you wouldn't be able to plug this directly into an existing SMPTE solution. However, houses of worship, any kind of installation, universities, anywhere where you're going to be dealing with a closed system, this is where Dragonfly shines. We have both a male and a female connector, IP68 rated. And if you could, I want to show you something. We have the male and the female, so no adapters are needed. And simply, it's just a matter of connecting the dots, folks. If you'll see the dots on the ends of these connectors, I line those up, plug it in, Dragonfly is ready to go. Push-pull mechanism, simply pull on the ring, pull it out. And we have both the camera side connector as well as the CCU side. And please note that these are drop-in replacements for the current SMPTE standards. So if you're already using SMPTE compatible products, Dragonfly works with them today. And we also have a number of COCAs here in the United States that are ready and waiting to be able to start terminating this product for you with the length and fiber type that you need for your particular application. And that is Neutrik Dragonfly. Now let's take a look at a couple other quick products here. We're going to move into the copper world now. And so we've made some really great adjustments with our Powercon True 1 line. And I'll bring this over so we can all see it. So here is Powercon True 1. If you're used to seeing these connectors up here, the blue and the gray, the original Powercon line, that is rated for 15 amps and 250 volts. It doesn't have the level of IP rating that our Powercon True 1 line features. In this case, we can do 20 amps, 250 volts, IP65 rated in the mated condition against dust and dirt, as well as UV rated to UL50E. So applications where you're going to be exposed to any kind of UV light, like the sun, the plastics, the proprietary plastics that are inside of our Powercon True 1 product eliminate those kinds of damages that would soon and quickly deteriorate any other traditional plastic product. But there's more. We also offer, for the first time ever, a gazinta, or the input side on the male, as well as its own dedicated output connector in the female. So now you are easily able to see, we have the blue and the gray, now we're easily able to make the difference between our input and our output visually, right? In addition to that, we have just added the ability to handle much larger cable sizes. So with our traditional line of the original True 1, it would normally handle a much smaller cable, but now we can handle those service cables as well. So when the AHJ comes looking at the installation and he wants to make sure everything's in place, you can use the -L version with this larger bushing in the Powercon True 1 to allow you to use those larger cables. And that's Powercon True 1. Now there's one other thing I'd like to share. And for those of you who are looking to be able to on-ramp and off-ramp to a Dante network, we also offer our DPro. Let's take a look. The Neutrik DPro features the ability to do either 2 channels in or 2 channels out of audio, or 1 in and 1 out. It handles not only line level, but mic level signals and AES67, all in one box. In addition to that, it features 2, and it's kind of hard to see, but there's 2 EtherCon connectors here on the back. So now you have full redundancy of the system. That means you can have it connected to 2 different networks, you can have it connected to 2 different power supplies, or you can even hang another device off of it, all off this one small box that's a half rack. And in this, we're showing you in this display here, this is a single RU, and I could actually have 2 DPros mounted in here side by side, and this 1 RU unit also features 4 D-sized connectors that you can put whatever style of connector you need for feeding through. But wait, there's more. We also offer a ruggedized power supply. The NPS30W, rated at 30 watts of regulated output power, and that's non-negotiating, so it is always putting out that 30 watts for whatever the power budget you need, up to that 30 watts. What does that mean? That means I could hang as many as 4 DPros off of just one NPS30W, and this will work with any PoE device. So if you have a camera, if you have a VoIP phone, whatever the technology is today, because my gosh, look how much is running over power over Ethernet these days, folks. Lighting, AC, it's just amazing how many products. The NPS30W can power up to 30 watts of whatever that product might be. All of these products are available today. If you have any questions or you'd like to learn more about these products, certainly visit the Neutrik website and speak with us about any other concerns or comments or new product ideas that you might have. Neutrik is prepared to work with you to find that next great solution. And thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate your time.